Hi again, everyone. So this week we're going to be keeping on moving into Chapter 9 here, starting with Section 9.3, where we are looking at the next conic section, the parabola. It's probably the one we've seen the most, but we're going to be looking at it a different way here, where instead of having 2 points, the foci, we've got 1 point, the focus, and a thing called the directrix, but a lot of our structures are the same, a lot of our patterns are similar, and we're going to be talking about this in a lot of the same sort of ways that we did earlier on in the chapter with hyperbolas and ellipses. Then from there, we're going to be skipping section 9.4, not because it's not worth learning, but because it's a pretty dense, complicated process there, and we've had enough dense and complicated processes for now. We're going to need a couple more later, and for that matter, for anyone who's going to go on and take calculus, the notation when we're talking about the rotation of axes is kind of a disaster, so I figured it'd be better left as extra credit. But skipping that, we're moving on to section 9.5, where we're going to be looking at the parametric equations, where this is a different contextualization of the points we're looking at, kind of like how we did things with polar stuff, but not in that way. Instead, here we're introducing a third variable that we call a parameter to describe the relationship between both x and y simultaneously. So we're going to look at ways that we can put things into parametric form, take things out of parametric form, and some of the basic ways that we can use parametric things to describe certain special relationships. Then, from here, we've got pretty basic stuff to work on. We've got a worksheet for Friday, we've got MyLab stuff for next Wednesday, and we've got a pre-assessment for next Monday. Again, nothing too special in here. I've mentioned before, I like the class slowing down just a tiny bit as we get close to the end, and we are pretty close to the end at this point. We've only got a couple more weeks of new material until we get to that fourth and final unit exam, and then our final exam proper. We're almost there, everybody. Just keep pushing forward, which, speaking of, let's talk about the rest of Chapter 9 that we're going to see in here.